I think you need to set it manually to get the...
Oh, lovely. See loads of insects.
Oh yeah. I don't like it in the head.
How long can they stay at the twilight?
Cost you 500 or your head.
Worth it.
Welcome to Winterfell. I am Willard Stark. I am the true and rightful Lord of Winterfell. You can call me the true and rightful Lord of Winterfell. You probably will. Okay. So, I'm going to jig things around a little bit differently now than what we first anticipated, due to some bookings that we've already had. So I'm going to take you in to get you organised for lunch first. Okay. So it'll give you the energy to go out on the 3-day hike. Basically just to get you around the estate, show you some of the location sites. I'm going to bring you back and we're going to dress you up and do some archery as well. And see if any of you are fit to be at Winterfell. And if not, the worst archer will be beheaded. Okay? It's just thought we'd let you know that.
Bye, Miles.
Okay? How cruel, how cruel. So if you'd like to follow me, okay, we'll take you into where the fire pit is at the moment. We're going in a different way what we normally go, simply because we had 180 Americans here last night who enjoyed a King Robert's banquet. So we were celebrating King Robert's banquet last night. And King Robert's basically banquet was the first big scene here that all the principal actors and all the extras were brought together in one big scene. And basically this area was used for that banquet. So that's where we're going to go now. So you're going to go to the top end of it. So forget about all the cables lying on the ground, all the bits and pieces and stuff that should be cleared up by tomorrow. And then we have to start it all again because we're doing it the same thing again on Friday night. And then again on Tuesday night. So quite good. Come with me. Guys, private session, let's go. So, if you'd like to just seat yourselves around here for now. Winter ale brewed in the north. And then we get the big bowls of fruit, I guess, set at each table with bread, rustic breads we have, and then we serve possibly a hog roast and salads, and we take these recipes from an old cookbook, okay, so they're not just something that's contemporary and new. George R.R. Martin put his name to this, George R.R. Martin being the author of A Song of Ice and Fire, the very first series, and that particular book basically has all these old recipes from all over the world, but a lot of them from the UK and Ireland. Okay, and so they're really, really nice. But when people come here, they get that authentic feel because they basically get one bowl and one plate, and they have one spoon, and that's it. Okay, so there's no, oh, how do I take my dessert? You use it. Your dessert goes the same thing. Everybody ate like that, and you did all this stuff. Okay, so but for you guys, we're a bit more refined. As you're a Belfast Metropolitan College, we have decided to give you this soiree, and you will have these little things as well to toast. But be careful, you can do this. Okay, but just be careful around the fire, that's all I ask, okay? And if anybody needs to use the bathrooms, they are just where you were sitting there at the table. Just remember to replace the straw, that's all I ask. And you will be able to enjoy yourselves here and be very comfortable in them. So, if you need to put more wood on the fire, I'll bring in some more and we'll do that. But generally, more or less wait till that there dies down and creates nice embers and so on, it's fine. But looks good as it is at the moment. If by any chance Michael gets out beforehand, we'll get you all dressed up in cloaks and all to at least be here doing that to start with, okay? But private session booked in there, so I'll leave these things. Alright. Okay, so, what's your name? Mark.
Do you want to have a full food or something?
Yeah. Sorry? Keep it up. Stop?
I'll give it a wave, guys, won't we? After 3, 2, 1.
I'm scared.
It looks as if it's on step 3.
And basically what they did was then they headed in to the crypts, which would have been just over here. Okay? So obviously this entire area is all owned by the National Trust Conservation Society. Basically means that everything has to be preserved. Okay? So back in the day, this was all created in the 15th century. Okay? This was a fully functioning farmyard. But we also have a new modification, which is our clock tower, which was created in the 18th century. Okay, so we have to classify that as a new build, as a new modification, because that's just how it's categorized. But we know that it's been there for a couple hundred years now. Wasn't exactly a last week job. Okay, so basically, guys, what we're going to be doing today is just to give us a rundown. If you don't already know, we are going to be basically taking these into the armory and forge. We're going to get you all cloaked, we're going to give you swords, you're going to battle the life out of each other, alright? Reenact a couple of scenes. Then we'll actually be taking this into the archery range, giving you a quick rundown on how to shoot a bow, and then we're going to have you shooting apples off the top of my head. Right? Not actually. And then we'll go on for a wee downward. Alright? So, we have the Lord of Winterfell here, coming in.
Lord of Winterfell, hello.
Let's feel the die slowly.
I don't know what they do in the show.
It'll be about 5 minutes once the guys get changed in that. We'll be ready to rock and roll it. Okay? So we'll take you in. I think we'll do the archery first before the rain comes on. Get you dressed up and then we'll take ourselves out for a walk. See the station sites. Okay?
Right.
Film down here. Sean Bean is Inspector Marlett in that. In fact, he came back here 6 weeks ago. He did part of the second series here. When he came back, I said, "Welcome back, Sean, and you're still alive." Series 2. Amazing. Okay? Perfect. You look down that and boom, let go. Oh. Great. Level's perfect. Well done. Okay. Rachel. First, what you're doing is you hold it out here. I want you basically to get with this hand for me. Come on. Straight out. Straight out. That's it. Now put your hand in and draw back to your right eye. So bring it and bring your elbow up for me. Bring it really close to your face. Don't worry, it's not going to hit. It's all going away. I want you to be able to look down the arrow and see it. You ready? Boom. Let go. Alright. Now, let me show you something in a minute. Alright? It's what you're doing. Right, Rachel. Left arm out. Elbow high, pull strong, strong, strong. Now look down the arrow, it's going slightly high. Now go, pull back. Good effort. We're not waiting, the enemy's attacking you, for goodness sake.
Wait, don't shoot.
Okay, not bad, just elbow a bit higher, Brona. Okay, and draw. Okay. Stronger. Good girl. Higher.
Here?
Yeah, right in the grip, That's it. Strong. Okay, that was always going over. That's it, make sure it's tipped in. Okay, stand nice and square. Left hand out first, Simon, okay? Okay, now, as you put your left hand, put it slightly higher for me. Okay, now there. Hands are onto that red thing. Elbow higher at the back, so lift your elbow high, pull strong. Further back. Come on, and boom. Here, the Red Wedding, which is based on factual Scottish history, where one clan invited another clan to dinner and slaughtered them. Okay, so it's part of. Now, George R. R. Martin, okay, while it's fantasy fiction that he writes, he takes some of his stuff from factual history, like the Starks and the Lannisters, or the Yorks and the Lancastrians from the Wars of the Roses. Okay, you know all that? You didn't know that? Okay, well, there's a lot of stuff like that happens throughout the books of Game of Thrones, all because of his knowledge of history that's in this part of the world. Okay, so when you look at those things, you'll be able to find out that there's factual stuff that he then puts his nice little quirk on as well. Okay, now see the tall tree out in the distance as well, and that tree is the sort of focus point for a lot of things. Okay, so the left of that tree to the right of that tree, exactly. And then these guys would be on the shore down here, while the rest of them would be up on the hill as well. Okay. Now, just to put it in perspective, to show you where, could I ask Brona, could you hold that for me please? Star. I have to remember to get all these things. You still have my black eye. Okay, so she's tied him very quickly. And now all of a sudden she hears these voices and this strong Liverpool accent. Whoa, what's your business here? You're a woman. And they laugh even more because she's spoken. Now look how long it takes her to untie Jamie at this point. Anybody tell me why it takes so long? Apparently eating's not crime. Who knew?
Strip climb. You have to keep talking.
Part to do with the script. Look at all the size of the site you're on. She's still untying him. They didn't have room to move around, so they just set up 3 static cameras So one down that end, one across. Me lady.
Do they use a lot of natural light, or do they use just natural?
It was better for them because it wouldn't have been so bright, basically, obviously, in that time. You know. Oh, bad question.
Go on, Kiva, kill him!
We're millionaires, you know, but to put it into perspective as well in terms of what the film industry has done here, okay? Since Game of Thrones started, this has brought between 160 and 180 million into our economy with the filming alone, okay? In tourism spend in Northern Ireland, 18 million a year is now happening because of Game of Thrones, and we're part of that whole industry now. Screen tourism is a new industry that we haven't had here before. We didn't understand what it was. People have gone to, you know, Universal Studios and things like that, and they've seen Disneyland and all that carry on, and they understand a little bit. We never thought we would have that here. Game of Thrones has brought that dimension to us, right? Since the whole thing started, 1.3 billion in people paying for hotels, you know, bed and breakfast, food, drink, stay, tours, all that stuff, you know, flights, everything, since Game of Thrones started here properly. We've had real violence in this country, which unfortunately killed people, maimed people, etc., etc. Now with fantasy violence bringing in more money. We should have all been given rubber swords at the start. Anyway, okay folks, if you want to